Hello and welcome to Flashback Generations. Today I'll be doing a glowing review of Armageddon. Armageddon is an epic 40k game from the year 2014 by strategy expert Slitherine. When I first heard this announcement, I was personally delighted to hear this, as Slitherine have a great track record of doing historical turn-based games, including the tabletop wargame Fields of Glory and the brilliant Battle Academy. So it was safe to think that these guys understood the property of wargame systems to video game conversion pretty well. In GW's recent spat of churning out games, sometimes they're onto a winner, basing it on the Panzer games. Before you decide to just buy this game on recommendation from wargamers, be warned, this game really is not for everyone. The first thing you'll notice in any demo is the graphics are hardly Call of Duty, World of Warcraft beautiful masterpieces. Even the animations are scaled back to minimalist frames, which to many people can take away from the bigger picture about the game's goal. Fundamentally, this game is a paper, scissors, rock, but on a massive scale. Every unit has big strengths and weaknesses to them, so it's about exploiting this as best as possible. The mission design is superb. You can expect several triggers to happen in each campaign map on various turns that ups the difficulty just when you thought you were nearly finished. This rarely feels unfair, but at times will punish you for not being cautious. And to counter that, being overcautious will cost you time and ultimately different rewards. This game is really about balancing out your own force. It teaches you to build a proper army. You can't just max out on one type of unit. By the time you get around to the all-powerful Titans, your arsenal of troops, tanks and factions is just colossal. Honestly, this game blew my mind every time it came to recruitment. On a more gloomy note, I did find myself eventually selecting the same troops and tanks over and over, just out of preference, but that says more about me than about the game. I'm also not convinced I was picking the best stuff, but then again, I personally felt so overwhelmed with options, I found it hard to keep track. I say this as a positive note though, because if I was to play through this again, I'd likely go down a different route. Mission to mission, your troops retain experience and learn new skills. This is one of the game's biggest strengths, and overall the reason to play through the campaigns. All the expansions for Armageddon are worth it too, as they just expand on the already solid system in place. The sound design in this game is very lackluster. It is very fitting with the simple graphics, but all in all, the graphics and sound isn't really much to go on. Armageddon does a great job of presenting information. Everything you need to know about your troops and the enemy is clear as day. You're also presented with the chances of damage and return fire before you commit to anything. Like any wargame, it's important to assess the odds of winning a conflict before committing to it. Armageddon doesn't pretend to be anything glossed up beyond an in-depth turn-based tactical 40k skin. It does it extremely well, and I'm glad they took the risk of implementing such a vast array of units, maps and objectives. I really hope to see more factions in the future of this game. Currently it only has Orcs, Marines and Imperials, and they're all really well fleshed out. I'd love to see more. So be warned before you buy this is what I'd say. It's a solid game for someone looking for a tablet type game to play in bed. I'd rate this a 9 out of 10, but only because I'm a nut for turn-based strategy games. So until next time, see ya.